Welcome to Daily Dose Radio, a 5-minute devotional podcast studying the Psalms verse by verse. Broadcast from the ever-beautiful Sharonville, Ohio, on the sunny side of Cincinnati. Hey, welcome back to Daily Dose Radio. This is the Bible Bistro. And what I mean by that is this is a nice little restaurant where you can come in, sit down, get all warmed up, get out your Bible, 5 minutes, that's all I'm asking, 5 minutes a day, 5 days a week, studying the Psalms verse by verse. So Saturday, Sunday, you get a day off, 2 days off, come back on Monday, just 5 minutes. You know, you can do 5 minutes in a lot of different places on your drive to work, while you jog, while you're sitting at your kitchen table in the morning after breakfast or maybe lunchtime. So 5 minutes a day, that's not a lot. We're just asking for that. 5 minutes a day, 5 days a week, and our subject is the Psalms, the entire Psalter. So from Psalm 1 to Psalm 150. We've done that in 4 years, and now we're doing it again. We're going back through it a second time. Probably do it a third time. As long as I have breath, I plan to be teaching the Psalter verse by verse. We're in, iteration number 2. This is the second cruise through the Psalter. You're on the Psalter Segway. You know, Dr. J. Vernon McGee had his Bible bus. This is more of the Psalter Segway, so I don't know if there's room, but we'll all squeeze in here together and go door to door down the hallway of the Psalms and visit each one. Psalm 26 is our subject this week. We've been looking at all these verses, and we come to 11 and 12 today. Let me read that to you from my translation. But in my integrity, I will walk. Deliver me and be gracious to me. My foot stands in a level place. With the assemblies, I will bless the Lord. Now, as I said yesterday, this psalm is beautifully created. It creates this wonderful chiastic structure because we begin with devotion, the personal devotion of the psalmist in verses 1, 2, and 3. We then look at those outside the devotional structure in 4 and 5, and then we reach the climax in the temple, in the compound, away from everyone else, in the tabernacle, in the courtyard there, away from everyone else, and we go from the laver where we wash to the altar where we give thanksgiving with our voice, and we confess our love for the place of the Lord. And now that's the pinnacle, that's the top of the pyramid. Now we're going down the other side. And down the other side we find the same thing. In verses 9 and 10, we have the sinners, the bloody men, the wicked, those who have in their right hand a bribe. Now that's parallel to, on the other side of the pyramid, verses 4 and 5. And now today we come to the base of the pyramid on the other side, which is 11 and 12. And so there we have, what we expect to find there is devotion, personal devotion, individual devotion. And we do, because these words, I in my integrity, I will walk. Well, what did he talk about in the first 3 verses? The same thing. I will walk in my integrity in verse 1. I will cause myself to walk in your truth in verse 3. So, as I said at the beginning, this is almost like these are bookends in a sense. Well, that works nicely for a chiastic pattern like this, because you have the beginning of the psalm in parallel to the end of the psalm. The middle of the psalm is parallel to itself. And then you have at the very crown or crest of the psalm the words of praise, thanksgiving, and rejoicing. Here, in this case, thanksgiving is the key. So 11 and 12, I will walk in my integrity. Remember, we talked about that. That's Job's word. He was the man of integrity. His wife said, why do you still try to maintain your integrity? Curse God and die. Job says, no, you talk like a foolish woman. Shall we accept evil from God, or good from God and not evil as well? So in my integrity, I'm going to walk. Deliver me and be gracious to me. You see, the prayer continues. My foot stands in a level place. This is the place of blessing and prosperity. This is the place where God's goodness is being demonstrated. With the assemblies, I will bless the Lord. And who are the assemblies? Well, it's not the assembly of the evildoers, is it? No, this is the place where the people who are thanking God and praising Him and praying the same prayer find themselves. I hope you find yourself there this weekend with friends and loved ones worshiping the Lord. Join me again next week. We'll look at Psalm 27 on Daily Dose Radio. Thanks for listening to Daily Dose Radio. I'm David Smith. The music today has been performed by the Bluegrass Experiment. Thanks again for listening. I'll see you next time on Daily Dose Radio.